I'm Chas, and welcome to today's live. We're going to be talking about a lot of things to warm your home today. So first thing we're going to start with is called a simmering pot, and it's scents and aromas to make your house smell good, and it's all natural. All right, first I'm starting with an apple. I've got some cut already, but let me go ahead and cut some more. And now we're going to work with some oranges. All right, so these are just oranges. I'm going to add those into the pot as well. And then what I've got is some cinnamon sticks here. These ones actually came because I'm not using them to cook with. These are just dollar store ones, but you could use any cinnamon sticks really. But if you wanted to save some money, you could get them from the dollar store. All right, and if you want to leave them big, you can leave them big, or you can, break them in half and throw them in there. That one's big. All right, then what you would do with this is you would add water into it, and I'm going to do something else with it, so I'm not going to add the water yet. And you're going to fill it pretty high, all the way up. You're going to put it on your stove, and you're going to put it on simmer, so low all the way down. It's going to take a while to warm up, but then the aroma is going to start going, and it's just going to start smelling your home. Now, all you have to do is be careful because, obviously the water is evaporating, so the smell is going to go. So every so often you just need to go check on it and keep adding water. And it'll last a really long time. Those cinnamon sticks sometimes last even longer. So if your fruit starts to fall apart and the smell's not as strong, you can always take the fruit out and keep the cinnamon sticks going. I often sometimes just brew cinnamon sticks. But if you're at all concerned that this is going to be too much for you, you can use crock pots. They've got those little simmering ones. As you can see, I have leftover cinnamon sticks from the last time I did this. And you can just put your cinnamon sticks or your fruit, anything in a crock pot, any size crock pot you want. And then again, just fill it all the way up. You're going to leave the lid off, and then you're going to let it simmer. But you will still need to check it for water, but it's just a little less threatening in a crock pot. I guess crock pots are very, very forgiving. So what the other thing is that I love to do, I did this a couple Christmases ago for a lot of my friends, is you can put it in a jar. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I just have a regular jar. You can use bigger ones, little ones, recycled ones, whatever you want. And I'm actually going to cut the orange a little bit so it'll twist and look a little nicer in that jar, and layer it up. So I'm just kind of semi-slicing them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist it like that, and I'm going to stick it in here. Obviously, I got to get some more stuff in there to get it going here, but so stick some apples in there, and then, you take your little orange and you stick it in there like that. You can see that. And there's another orange. All right. So again, I've just kind of tucked all this fruit in here, and then you're going to take the cinnamon sticks, shove them in there too, all the way around as you go. Where'd my other one go? There it is. Like that, okay? So that is just the fruit right now and the cinnamon sticks in the jar. Now I'm going to take water and just pour that water in there, about to the top. Put the lid on it. Oops, there we go. Screw it on, and there you go. You got yourself a gift. To give anybody for Christmas time. They're great for, baby shower, whatever you need to gift for, teachers, whatever. And this can be stored in the refrigerator for up to 3 weeks. So even if you want to make a bunch for yourself, put them in the fridge and then pull them out as you need them, but they can stay for 3 weeks. Now, someone asked me if you could freeze this. You can, but I would probably not put water in it because the water will expand and break this glass. So if you use plastic or something else instead, you could probably freeze it, but water expands and it will bust it. So maybe less water if you really felt you needed to put water in there. The apples will turn brown, of course, by freezing it. But anyway, so you've got yourself a gift, or like I said, the simmering pot, you just add your water to it. And I just, this is going to run out, but fill it all the way up. Lid off. Some people like to put a lid on it to slow down the process and tip it. But again, I just, simmer it the whole time. Crock pots are great. You don't have to worry about them as much. They slow it down, and a lot more forgiving than if you let it cook all the way down on the stove. So that is the end of the simmering pot. Move that one aside. We're going to move on to the next one. All right, next we're going to move to another little thing to warm your home. So this is just a coaster, ceramic coaster I had. You can use whatever, plates or whatever. You're just protecting your surface. A tea light. You're going to put that on top. And then you're going to use a lighter and light your tea light. Let it get going. Now I just used my other apple slicer for cutting those apples. So I have a second apple slicer here. I'm going to show you. This one's a lower profile. So we're going to see if this one works. The lower profile is going to help heat things a little better, but it could add less air circulation. So if that happens, I'll have to switch to my taller one. So the one in the video was the bigger one. So this is my smaller one. So I'm going to set that over the top of the tea light. Now a lot of you are going to wonder if the plastic's going to get hot. For one tea light, it's not going to get too hot. It's not going to melt. It's going to be fine. All right, so this is a mini. You'll see that I got two different sizes here. A smaller one and a bigger one. I'm going to put the smaller one on, little one, big one, setting them on top of each other. Now, this is going to take a while to warm up, but what this is a little personal space heater. So the air is going to come up from, I don't know, Brielle, if you can get the light in there. So down here, you have to have enough air down here to get the light to go. If you don't have circulation, it's just like a snuffer and you're going to put it right out. So the air has to go in here to keep that lit. The heat goes up, heats the first pot. The first pot inside gets super, super hot and radiates out to the other one. This one is, it's going to take a little bit, like I said, but this one's ultimately going to become a hand warmer. So it's not going to get so hot that I shouldn't be able to touch it. I had it going for an hour the other day, and it radiated enough little heat, so as I was working on my computer, I could warm my hands with it. I actually could even still physically put my hands on it, but when I pull it apart, you know, don't touch that inside one. But the ceramic, someone asked me if you could paint it. Don't paint it because the heat's coming out of the pores. So if you paint it, you're going to seal those pores, and it's not going to work. This, again, personal size. You want to make this on a bigger scale, it's going to heat a small room. You just have to think bigger for more space. So I have these little brick pavers here to give you a little example. Sorry, they're Christmassy. They're my kids' handprints. So you could take probably 3 of these, set them here, and then you could take like a candle about this size, put it in there. You'd set your first pot. Remember, there's a third one back here, so it's more stable. Air coming in. Smaller pot, bigger pot. You can shift it to size, you know. Smaller pot, bigger pot. Radiates bigger, more heat, and you know, the bigger the size, you can heat a small room with some of these. Great for emergencies, which you'll hear me talk about a lot because I grew up in Minnesota and we would sometimes have tornadoes hit and our power would go out. And here sometimes we get snow that comes early and knocks trees over, and then the power lines go, and then we don't have power sometimes too. So this is great for emergencies. So that is a little personal size space heater right there. I'm going to carefully move this over. I have a thermometer. We're going to do a little test run to see how hot this is getting inside later so that you can see that too. So I'm going to carefully keep this going. All right, we're going to move on, and I'm going to make an indoor fire bowl next. Okay, so what I've got here, I'm done with this, is just a bowl, any bowl you want. This one is actually one of my grandmothers, actually my husband's grandma, and we are going to use that. This is like a sterno can. They sell these at Walmart, the dollar store, lots of different places. So I'm gonna loosen this, but I'm gonna leave the lid on top because I don't wanna, the next step could get messy. Now, you can add whatever you want decorative around there. So you could add marbles, sand, you know, these little rocks are pretty popular. You'll see me use them later. But this time, what I'm using is I found this really cool crushed mirror glass at IKEA. I thought it was pretty awesome. And it's pretty fun to work with, so lots of great projects come out of this. And it wasn't very expensive either. So I'm just going to pour this all around. So now I'm just going to unscrew this. And then I'm going to light this. Now, the first time I tried to light it, it took me a really long time. So I just want to give everyone a heads up. So that's going. It may be hard to see. It's a pretty strong blue flame. And from what I understand, what it's burning right now is alcohol, which is a clean burning fuel. So, you know, obviously you can cook with it. If you were, again, power outage and you wanted to roast some hot dogs or something, you should be able to cook that on here. And if you just want a little ambiance, you know, you're sitting with your family, you live in an apartment, you don't have a fireplace. My sister, she didn't have a fireplace, so I sent her one of those DVDs of the fireplace thing, so she would have a fireplace on her TV. But you can make this, and then you have your own little personal fireplace or firebowl. And this is great for inside or outside. And this can said it would burn for 2 hours. And again, it's a clean burning fuel, and you can use it to roast marshmallows with. So it is not hazardous. Some people believe that it is, and it is not. You just have to, you know, you can go look it up at Sterno, and you can look it up at other places, but it is a clean burning fuel. So I'm going to move this aside next to my other one. I'm going to keep it going. All right, this is out there a lot, but I learned it from Shauna at Hometalk, and she had glass pans like this, and what we're going to do is create a lazy Susan. So we've got marbles and 2 pans, and I just went ahead because I have glass pans, and I didn't want something to happen to my pie pans. I just picked a couple up at the dollar store. I would have also considered the thrift store, but they didn't have any right now, so I'm just going to pour some marbles in. And again, marbles, you know, they sell them at the dollar store in the toy area, or also in kind of the rock section with the floral stuff. And you're going to put the second pie pan on the bottom one, and you got yourself a lazy Susan. Now, it's hard to tell that right now because there's no weight on it, but it will roll. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create, to go with my little fire bowl, a little s'more station. Okay, so you got your family sitting around, or your friends sitting around, and somebody needs a marshmallow, somebody needs something, you just turn it right or left, whatever, and it just moves. Now, if you're all really close, you maybe don't need this, but I thought it was kind of fun. And again, you can get these skewers. Any store probably has them, Walmart, Target. These came from Dollar Tree. They only have them more around the summertime, though, so heads up on that. Or you're welcome to use these little, you know, I don't know if you've seen these. I'm sure many of you have. But they also have these little wood skewers. Then you don't have to wash them later, right? They are wood, though, so you got to watch those. Take your marshmallow, and you will, you know, now you have a family time, and you can have your little fire bowl, and you can roast your marshmallow. I'm going to save this because we're actually going to do some more fire stuff soon, too. But you get the idea. So you've got a little fire bowl and a little s'more station going there. All right, let's keep going. Should we check the temperature on that? Let me stick this in there. Let's see how that's doing. Ooh, I can feel it. Oh, that's warm. I love it. Feels good. All right, we are gonna make another fire bowl. All right, this is an old cookie tin. You know, Christmas time you get a bunch of these with cookies in it or various things. So I am gonna change it into another type of fire bowl. I wanted to decorate the outside because, you know, you don't have to. You can leave it just like this. You could do ribbon. I think I had some ribbon. I considered the ribbon, you know, that you could glue on the outside with a hot glue gun. But those of you who saw me last week, I used this other side for a bag, repurposed Lysol container into a garbage bag holder. This is just the other side of it. So I'm actually going to use this. It's just a wall sticker, and you can get these at Dollar Tree. So I am going to cut it in half, and then I'm just going to wrap it around the pan. Okay, so you get the idea. Put something on the outside if you want. Shauna at Hometalk did this cool mosaic thing with those rocks again, and it was really cool. All right, so then what I've got here is like a mini can, like, you know, tomato sauce, or just the short cans, the little stub cans. I'm going to put that in the middle. It's cleaned out. And then I got some, these are just river rocks. Arrange it how you want. Could add more if you wanted. You could fill it all the way to the top. You could use sand, other things too. All right. This one actually came with the lid. I'm going to save the lid because it's a great way to put your fire out, snuff your fire out. All right, basic bowl. Inside, outside, either way works. Okay. Hand sanitizer. Again, this is just from the dollar store, but any good old hand sanitizer. I actually thought that was pretty awesome. I'm going to dump that in the center can. Hand sanitizer has alcohol in it. This is what keeps the germs off your hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light this hand sanitizer. Now, can you see that okay? That is just hand sanitizer burning. So again, clean fuel burning in your house. It's just alcohol. There's nothing that can hurt you. If you're going to ask me about a little bit of a smell, the Sterno can, they've really reduced that. There is a little bit of that. I'd call it a hand sanitizer smell. I smell a little bit of that hand sanitizer as it's burning now, but I wouldn't say it's overwhelming. I wouldn't say it's awful. The flame is blue because it's burning so clean. Again, crack your window. Never do it unattended. Great for emergencies, right? Your heat goes out, which we've had happen, and you at least can hunker down in a room together and at least have a little bit of heat if you need it. Again, clean, cook your marshmallows over it. You've got a nice little flame, hot dogs, whatever you want, and you've got a nice little thing going on here. Let me turn the light down a little bit. I'm going to move this next to the other one. All right, so let's turn this down so you can get a look at the flame a little bit. Like I said, it's blue because it's burning clean. We're going to do a little trick in a bit here on trying to get it to burn another color. So we're going to see if that's going to work here in a second. All right, just for fun, I'm going to show you how easy this is. So here you go, little can. I just put this on top and it's out. That's easy. Super simple. I'm going to light it back up though. Let's check the temperature on this pot. Yeah, it's nice and warm. All right, so it says the internal temperature of that terracotta pot is 200 right now. Again, that plastic, don't worry about it. I touched it as soon as it was done, and it's not hot. At least mine wasn't. Mine was good. If you're at all worried, they do sell all metal apple cutters, and you can use that. So, all right. Just for more fun, I'm going to make it a family night, because I hear a lot of you talking about cuddling and stuff like that. So, I am going to, this is just a cutting board we have. You can use any cutting board. What I'm going to do, this is just, oh, help me guys, is it called wasabi tape? I don't know. It's just, to me, it's electrical tape or gaff tape or something, but it's colorful, right? Everybody's using it to decorate stuff with. This came from the dollar store, so I could use it for this. So I'm just going to roughly give it a guess here. Set it like that. And I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to put one like that. All right. So what I'm making is a tic-tac-toe board. There we go. And got these glass little jewels here. And, a lot of times they come with multiple colors. So what you're going to do is you're going to, divide it. Maybe your blues. Let's see what other color I got. Some more dominant on the blues. Here's some greens. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, on the flat side, one team you make the X's for, one team you make the O's for, okay? That's simple. So now what you've got for your evening with your family or your friends is a nice little family night. So you've got your game, heck, even a girls' night out, or any of you guys who get together for crafting groups, make these three things together. Make yourself a little fire bowl, make yourself your tic-tac-toe thing, get some s'more station, and then you've got, this fun thing where you're playing tic-tac-toe with each other, and you can make your s'mores and so on and so forth. So very simple, and this is a great gift idea. I actually bought one of these cheap red ones at the dollar store, just a cheap cutting board from the dollar store, and got these rocks, and we put it in a bag, and you can take it with you. It's outdoor friendly, because it's plastic and weather resistant. Put this up for a minute. There's a reason why. If you don't have a lid, what I should have showed you is if you don't have a lid to put it out, just a damp cloth, setting it over the top, will put it out. Can you hear that? That's warm. If you're at all concerned about the warmth, you can add water surrounding in here to help keep it cool. But because this is rock and this is metal, you're not going to hurt anything. You can put it on a hot pad if you're worried about anything. But ultimately, that's great. Okay, this temperature is up to 120 on this. Again, oh, it's really warm. I love it. Nice hand warmer. I get cold in my office, so that's really great to warm my hands. One more to show you here. Just taking it one more time to the next level. So I was gonna build out of picture frames around it. Just, you know, I was gonna make a little box for it and hot glue it or silicone it or whatever together. I'm a little afraid I will run out of time if I do all that gluing. So this is just a plate, again, just to protect your surface. This is just a ceramic bowl, and then this is just another ceramic bowl that I'm gonna put in the middle. Now I do need some water. Okay, so I put water in here, and I'm just gonna set this bowl inside. The water's to keep this part cool, but it is gonna get hot and it could get to boiling, so just beware. This is alcohol, straight alcohol. This is watered down alcohol, it's 50%, which is good, but if you get stronger stuff, I didn't know this, but they sell alcohol at different content levels, so the stronger it is, you'll need to water it down. And usually it's like, I think it's 1 part water and then 3 parts alcohol, roughly. This I noticed burns faster. So this hand sanitizer is slower because there's other stuff in it. This one burned faster. And I think I had poured this and did a trial run with it. And I think it ran for like 5 minutes and was done. So this one needs a little, it burns hotter, but it needs a little more help keeping up with it. So you might want to make it on a bigger scale. All right, again, just taking it, lighting it. I remember last time I took a little bit again to kind of get it going. There we go. Now it's going. Okay, this one's prettier. It's straight up though. It's straight up alcohol. So again, clean air, clean burning. Cooking over it, s'mores, yum. Hot dogs. I'm drawing a blank there. Let's tell what I have when we go camping. Always never leave a tent unattended, all that good stuff. It's very important that you use common sense, of course. Don't leave it unattended. This one's really nice because you can see it. The other ones were so blue that it was really tough to see. But let's get them going here. So we got this one. This one I turned off. I turned it off for a reason. But let me light it, we'll turn the lights down, and then I'll show you one other cool thing I learned. They're all very easy to make. It's just kind of the level you're comfortable with. Putting the Sterno can out, you just take the lid, and then you just drop the lid on and it's gonna put it out. Snuff it right out, so save your lid. This one, oops, I use the lid to put it out. This one's on a bigger scale, so I'm gonna use the damp rag to blow it out. Or snuff it out. So what I want to do quick is I'm going to show you how you can change the color in theory. I did try it and I think it worked, but it was during the daytime, so it's a little harder to tell. So let me put them out. Okay, there. And they're both out. So we're going to go use these two really fast. Now, this is just regular table salt. And this one is Epsom salt. So supposedly salt added to these make it change color. So let's just put, I guess, a little table salt in that one to see what happens. This one wasn't so bad because it already had color, so I don't feel like I really need to add color, but I guess we'll try a little bit and see what happens. So I'm just gonna drop that salt in there. So let's go ahead and light them up, see if we get some color change here. All right, so it did make a difference in this one. You can see the flame now. It was so blue before, but now you can see the color. So that's just that table salt added something to it that created a color change. I'm sure a chemist out there would be able to help me. And this one here, I don't see color difference, but maybe as it burns down and hit, because the salt the Epsom salt just dropped to the bottom. So maybe if I would have set it on the gel, you know, it would have sat on top more and this stuff it sank. So this one didn't change a whole bit. Again, you can see this one. It's pushing off some really nice heat. Both of them are clean air burning. And again, just crack a window to replenish your oxygen if you're going to let it burn for a long while. So again, great for emergencies, great for cooking, great for heat, great for ambiance. Thank you so much. Bye.